let's talk about the obvious, the blackout thing. What, come on. Y'all gotta stop following these trends. You understand what I'm saying? They want a blackout. So y'all don't think that it doesn't make your melanin tingle that they are calling for a blackout the day after the president got on the freaking thing and the lawn and talked about how he wanted the military to come to town? Y'all don't think that it doesn't make your melanin tingle that they want a blackout the day after all of these buck dancing Negroes got on their knees with these police and prayed? Y'all, it doesn't make your melanin tingle that they want to black out on the information the day after they sat there and got on their knees and pretended like they gave a damn, when I keep telling y'all that white supremacists will apologize at the drop. How many apologies you want? Nearly Fuller told you. How many apologies you want? You want it in red? You want it in polka dot? You want it blue? You want it big? You want it small? What kind of apology you want? You want tears? These fucking white women do that shit all the time. They do some dumb, crazy, fucking racist shit, calling the police on people, and they get on fucking TV and cry and snot and talk about they so sorry and they ain't racist, and we don't fall for that. Everybody be like, oh, that's bullshit. But it's not bullshit now that the police is sitting there talking about kumbaya fucking y'all. It's not crazy that people, by the way, donate to this church right here. Daggone it. Let me see if I can find the link so I can pin it. Donate to the church because they giving out food over here to people. Yeah, y'all, that don't make y'all melanin tingle? Huh? Now they want nothing but black squares, and the whole world is watching and laughing. See, I'm still watching China, okay? So Trump is sitting here talking shit about China. Trump is sitting here talking shit about how China needs to get Hong Kong under control, and China's sitting there talking about, well, you got a nigga problem. All while Simon, don't be too happy about China and start inviting China to the barbecue, because they sitting there talking shit about Trump and what he's doing, all while simultaneously kicking black people out of their houses in China. We ain't got no motherfucking friends, and I don't give a shit how many unmelanated faces are at these fucking protests. We don't have no fucking friends. Ain't none of these people are friends. They came to these protests and started all this bullshit. And now the president wants to bring the military in. Doesn't that make your melanin tingle? But y'all want to sit here and be arm in arm and sing kumbaya fucking y'all and twerk? Bitches is out here twerking. What you twerking for? Niggas is out here crumping. What you crumping for? I have to be very calm. I gotta watch certain things. Okay? What you crumping for? You and that freaking unmelanated, I don't even know what the hell that was, crumping side by side in front of the cops. You know them motherfuckers sitting there laughing at you? You are a joke. Then you want to sit there, y'all sat there and let them police or the unmelanated people in your neighborhood get down on their knees and beg you for forgiveness. Don't you understand that the white supremacists will give you an apology any day of the week and still get up off their knees and practice white supremacy on your ass? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. All of these unmelanated people that y'all fit there marching with, let me ask you a question. Matter of fact, ask them a question. Ask them if they are willing to share in the resources that they have gained for 400 years of oppression of our people. Ask if they are willing to share that, if they are willing to give a power, as Sister Soldier says. Where are these good white people y'all talking about? Ain't none of them willing to give up power. They are only willing to come out of their house after being quarantined for 2 goddamn months. They only want a way out the house. And now they have a reason, without people being scrutinizing them And I watched this freaking, this woman, I'm not going to say her name because I still follow her because her anti-vax information is still very valuable. But if you in my stories, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. That's why y'all need to check my stories. I may not be on Instagram, but I always forward up-to-date news, everything in my stories. So, hey guys, is is Instagram messing with my audio again? I know how they do. Let me know. Is the AC blowing in the speaker? Let me know if there's any issues. Don't let me find out on the playback, okay? So, what was I saying? I can't remember. But anyway, I could go. Yeah, everything is okay? All right, good. Okay, so let's go to de Blasio. Y'all know I have been telling y'all for the longest time de Blasio been throwing us under the bus. For months they have been setting this up. For months they've been setting this up. So they can sit here and go hard. I don't think, however, that he anticipated his own daughter going out to protest. I don't think he anticipated that. That kind of threw a monkey wrench in his bullshit. Okay? Because while he was sitting here talking about how it was giving excuses to the police for running their truck into a fucking group of people, most of them people was unmelanated. But as he was sitting there talking about how the police, was justified and they had to get out the situation and that, his daughter was in lockup. Okay? Not telling anybody that she was his daughter. Okay? Which means she was hiding that shit. Okay? Then the next day, now he's singing a different tune. Now he's singing a different song. He sounded like the same de Blasio that was trying to get elected. But that's not how he sounded the day before. De Blasio flip-flops every fucking day. Just fucking flip a coin and who knows? One day he'll talk about he's for us. The next day he talk about he's not for us. I've been telling you. And you know what else I'm seeing? All of these bootleg black politicians I keep fucking telling y'all about in Brooklyn, all down there getting pepper sprayed. So they can take a nice photo or make a nice video. That stupid dude. Y'all seen the video of what's his name? I'm not gonna say his name because one I can't remember, but it's something with a Z, right? And he had on this freaking neon green t-shirt that was 20 times too small. And he's sitting there and the cop got him like this and he's a little chubby, so he got a little bit of, he probably got the same amount of boobs I got. And he had just had milk poured all on his face. And nothing about that picture looked manly. Not a thing about that picture looked manly. Nothing about it. Not the boobs, not the milk on the face, not the pose. Nothing about that looked manly. That picture said, I surrender. I surrender to white supremacy. I surrender. Then we got, my favorite. Everybody talks about Diane Richardson. And she told on herself. She said, I'm not even here for this. I'm here to make sure this goes off peaceful. She not here for Gregory. She there to make sure that she can divert the energy to where these Democrats want it to go. You guys have to think. I'm not saying don't protest. I'm not even saying don't riot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be smart think about who is leading you. Who is leading you? We see video all over the country where just mysterious bricks are being shown up to places. That's not the ancestors, ladies and gentlemen. That's the white supremacists. Because let me tell you something. A lot of these businesses that these bricks are being found in front of, they were already losing money because of the coronavirus. Now, but there's no insurance for coronavirus. Hello? There's no insurance claim for coronavirus. But if you burn that bitch to the ground, there's fire insurance. If you loot, there's theft insurance. Come on now, do y'all hear me? I was thinking to myself, I said, self, why are these white people, these good white people, dropping off these bricks? Why would they want people to break into these businesses? And the ancestors said to me, insurance. Now, these businesses that were failing and losing, you know how many, I watch stock channels and shit. I don't really know very much about stocks, but I be watching, I'm just nosy. Like, I'm just nosy. I like to know shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fucking nerd, okay? I'm just a big nerd. I barely watch any regular TV. You know what I'm saying? I may watch my 90 Day Fiance, all of them shits, okay? But other than that, I'm a big fucking nerd. It is like my pleasure to sit and watch a lecture, to sit and watch a documentary. I'm a big fucking nerd. So I sit there and I'll be watching Bloomberg TV, and all I heard about was this company going into bankruptcy, that company going into bankruptcy, that company going into bankruptcy, this company, how their stock portfolios, their quarterly income, everything down, 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 down. And now, you know what I'm saying, these big businesses, and I'm not saying not to do it, but I'm saying, look at why I wanted to know why the bricks are being dropped off by the white folks in front of these businesses. And now, and as the ancestors said, insurance money. Okay? It hit me like a ton of bricks. My heart started beating fast. I couldn't even breathe, and I was driving at the time when the thought came to me. I wish the ancestors could have told me at a better time, but I was able to maintain behind the wheel of the car. I literally couldn't breathe. I was like, shit. Okay? Matter of fact, it's just, what else? I want you to see, even, you know, don't you think that it's interesting? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a break. My heart's beating funny. It's like, it's very difficult sometimes. I almost feel like I channel things, you know? And sometimes it's heavy. It's heavy. So just give me a second. Let me get some water. Okay. I follow this page of an anti-vaxxer. I said earlier that if you are in my stories, you know exactly who I'm talking about. This anti-vaxxer, she pretends that she's for black people. But see, I am no fool. And like me, I even though I trust her information on vaccinations, and I do believe she wholeheartedly does not want vaccinations for the people at large, I am not fooled into thinking that she is for my people. I'm not fooled by her. You know why? Because Neely Fuller said that the white supremacists are on every side of every argument. And I will never forget that. That is always in the back of my head. Even when they are sitting there smiling in my face and telling me that they like me. she was like, right in the beginning, when all the protests started for George, that she was saying, yes, go out and protest against the establishment or some shit. She was, let me try to find exactly what she said. Let me try to find it. Let me try, because I am driving, so I can't be doing too much wild shit. But she said something about, I don't want to go too deep, because I can't. I'm driving. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, I can't. But she was like, yeah, go out and the whole anti-mask people, that she wanted them to go out and protest against that. They are not protesting what you are protesting. I told you, they just want to get out of the house. They just want to get out the house. They are not there for the same reasons you are there. So now, and we've seen the videos, them all over the place, dressed in black. So now, these people have brought a situation where the president is now trying to put the military in on us. Because understand, when they come in, they're not going to hem them up. You saw, there was a video, I think it was in California, where they was robbing the vans, where they was, looting, robbing, where they were robbing vans, the sneakers. If y'all, I don't know if anybody of y'all know what Vans are. They are a very popular sneaker brand with skaters, right? I used to live in Cali, okay? I ain't never worn a pair of Vans in my life. But I know that they love Vans, right? So, if they in front of Vans, they out there robbing Vans, and one of them came out, and he had a whole box, like, boxes of shoes and whatever. And then as soon as he saw the cops, he dropped all the shoes and took off running. Now, that same cop that he had almost ran into, there was this white girl coming out the store, and she had a bunch of stuff in her hand. Did he try to arrest her? Did he clothesline her? Did he do any of that to her? No, he just grabbed the stuff out her hand and allowed her to run away. So when they come to enforce whatever they're going to enforce, they're not going to enforce it on them. They're going to enforce it on your black ass. And people, stop bringing your children. Stop bringing your children. And I understand that you want your children to be involved. Stop. Leave them at home. This is not the environment for children. You sitting there, I saw somebody with it was like a 4 or 5 year old sitting on their neck, and the freaking cop had the rubber bullet gun pointed at the child. These white supremacists don't give a fuck about y'all babies. You think because you have a child in your hand and they not going to do shit to you, they will kill you and that child. Let me tell you something. I also saw a video, I can't remember what state it was. I can't even keep these shit straight anymore. I saw a video where it was this man, and he was in the intersection, and he stopped, and he was like, y'all sitting there throwing tear gas at my pregnant girlfriend. You act like they give a fuck she's pregnant. And what did they do? They started shooting at him more. They want to kill you, your baby moms, and the baby. These are the people I keep telling y'all. Y'all sitting here getting down on your knees and praying and accepting bullshit lip service, dick-sucking apologies. Not even dick-sucking, hand job. These are hand jobs. Hand job apologies. Hand job kumbayas. With the descendants of people who fed your babies to alligators for bait. They fed our children to alligators as bait. They took your children and hung them from the ceiling, and our children were the first ceiling fans. I read a slave narrative where this man talked about how when he was 5 and 6 years old, they hung him he could fan the flies away from the food. These white supremacists don't give a fuck about you, your children, or your unborn children. Why do you think they would castrate you so you couldn't have children? They don't give a fuck. Stop bringing your children to these protests. I'm at a red light. Let's see what I can do. Damn, she posts so much. I can't. I can't find it. Not in time. Maybe when I finally stop. I can't find it. But yeah, just stop bringing your kids to these protests. You're putting your kids in danger. You're terrifying your children. And I had to get to the point where it's like you gotta. These kids are having nightmares. How many times I'm watching videos and y'all just filming y'all children crying about this situation? Why aren't you hugging them? Every time I see somebody's child or camera crying about their daddy, I just want to jump in the screen and give the baby a hug and just hold the baby's head. So don't take your child to the protest, hug them. They are scared. If you are scared, if I can't breathe, if you can't breathe, what do you think is happening to our children? Stop bringing them out there for these police to terrorize and tear gas your baby. The first police car to be set on fire was set on fire by two white women from the Catskills. Two white women from the Catskills. That's who set that van on fire in downtown Brooklyn. It wasn't none of us. Then another fire, a lawyer, and the guy, he looked like he probably was mixed. A black lawyer or a half black lawyer and some Indian woman got for doing another Molotov cocktail at a van. These are people who pass the bar. Y'all out here protesting for what you're protesting, but you sitting there and let people stand next to you and they are traitors to you. They are traitors to you because you still want to believe that they are human. You know, there's a famous clip of, well, famous to me anyway, a famous clip of Muhammad Ali being interviewed by some white reporter, and the white reporter was like, "Do you think there are no good white people?" And he said, it's not that I'm saying that all white people are racist or whatever. He said, but let me ask you a question. If outside of my house there are 1,000 lethal rattlesnakes that want to kill me and eat me, and there are 100 out of those 1,000 that mean me no harm, that will fight the other 900 for me, I'm still not coming out of my house. Number one, I did not black out my screen. Number one, he was like, I can't tell one from the other. They all look alike. Number two, that 100 can't keep back 900. That 100 can't stop the other 900. That 100 that mean me no harm, that don't want to kill me, that mean the best, that will fight the other 900. They're not stronger than the 900. Therefore, none. You are sitting there marching with your gentrifiers. I want you to keep that in mind. You are marching with the very same people who are pushing you out of the community that you're marching in together. Hello. And then at nighttime, they going home and getting bricks and getting rich. And looting everything they want to loot. I'm not even calling them looting. They're robbing. And getting it blamed on you. Hell no, I didn't black out my screen. I talked about that in the beginning. Please watch from the beginning. When people ask you why we're turning up in New York, you remind them, because I saw something that said, oh, New York City police are paying for the crimes of Minnesota police. Bullshit. NYPD is paying for the crimes of NYPD because they didn't pay for the crimes in court. So now they paying for the crimes in the court of the fucking New York City streets. I'm not surprised I keep pausing. They are paying. There's a court called the New York City Streets. These same politicians that are out here at these marches and these protests and stuff didn't have shit to say when that cop had his ass on our brother. They didn't have shit to say when we were brawling out here in the Bronx, when we were brawling out here in Brownsville. They didn't have shit to say. Don't y'all, isn't it making your melanin tingle that now these people are getting sprayed in the face with pepper spray? And taking moist ass pictures with milk all over their face, looking like a bitch. These are the same people now. These are the same people, these same Brooklyn politicians. These are the same people that didn't have shit to say when those Asian people beat up our sisters in that nail shop. I'm on a delay? All right, so we're going to try this. Damn, I don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna try to get off and get back on. Maybe it'll make it better, okay? I'm gonna try to get off and get back on, okay? Let's try that. I can't find it. But she was just saying, go out there and protest over the mask. Go out there and protest for your right to not wear a mask. At one time, in a prior post, she had wrote that, that wearing a mask was the same as slavery. She was one of those people that posted the slave pictures of us in masks and stuff like that. And then, so that's what these white people are out here protesting about. They out here protesting the fact that they don't want to wear a mask. They're protesting, they just want to stand up to the establishment. They just want to stand up to the establishment and not, be forced to do something because they're not used to being, adhering the laws and shit. They just want to be outside. Without the cops telling them nothing, without people taking video of them being outside and then talking about them later. Now it seems like they out here for a good cause. And like I said, there might be 100 out of there that are really there for certain things. Because I seen this one video of this white guy where he was like, he interrupted the news telecaster. And the news from talking, he was like, well, if you stop killing black people, maybe this wouldn't happen. So I'm not saying that there aren't 100 out of the 1,000 that will, try to kill the other ones. I'm saying that they're not strong enough and I can't tell the difference. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell the difference, and neither can you. And neither can you. Stop protesting arm in arm, and if I see another black person on their knees in front of a cop, I think I'm gonna lose my lunch. I'm going to lose my lunch. If I see another black person on their knees in front of a cop, I'm going to lose my lunch. Get off your knees. If you're going to riot, if you're going to loot, if you're going to do all of these things, get off your knees. We are black people. We are original to this planet. We were here first. We were originals to this land. My ancestors, Professor James Smalls has a quote that I love. I am the descendant of those Africans that were already here and the Africans that came on the ship. I am a descendant. We were already here. This is our fucking land. This country would not be a country if it was not for us. This country would just be some land. Because they couldn't build it into a country without us. The white people tried to come over here and they died. They would send people over here and come back and they can't find nobody. There's a story of one man who his wife died and he dug her up and ate her for the winter just so he could survive. They could not do it without slaves. They keep talking about we should have never went and got you. You had no other fucking choice. We literally built this shit with our blood, sweat, and tears. African, black Americans, foundational black Americans, we have fought in every fucking war this country has ever had. There is no group of people living here that can say that. Because even the Native American $5 fucking Indians can't say that shit. And fuck them. Everybody, I saw something when it was like, oh, even the Native Americans are for it. Fuck them. They stole our birthright. Because we were here. Those are $5 Indians that got their name put on the dolls rolls for $5 so they could get the land, so they could steal the land. And they wouldn't quantify anybody with any melanin in their skin as a Native American. We were automatically told that we were black and we were slaves. We were not allowed to claim our status of being here first. Black people, we are original to every country except for Europe and Germany and everything up there. We are original to those, and they finding out that we original to that shit too. Don't forget Chatham Man. We are original to everything on this planet. Get off of your fucking knees. Get off of your knees and stand. How can you have black power on your knees? Get up. When Colin Kaepernick did that, it was a sign of reverence. He was doing something different. We are not on the football field. We are on the battlefield. This is war. Get off your knees. The time for knees was for Colin Kaepernick. Now we at war. Get off your fucking knees. And don't sit here and be fooled by these Democrats. You know, Tariq, matter of fact, I wanted to play that too. Tariq had put up this video where he was showing how the police are surrounding you. You guys are allowing the police to surround you. In Hong Kong, they kept moving. They kept moving. They kept moving. They kept moving. Remember, I think it was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday when y'all kept moving and y'all kept moving. That's the way to do it. Don't stand in one spot because that's when they get the pepper spray on your ass. Y'all standing in one spot doing the goddamn electric slide. Doing the Cupid fucking shuffle. wobble. That's my favorite. But now is not the time for the wobble. Okay, I like a wobble. Now is not the time for the wobble. You supposed to be getting it crunk in a different way. He totally misunderstood. That wasn't the crunk that we meant. I don't want to be driving and trying to find a video. But y'all letting the police surround you. That's something that I'm noticing. Don't allow that to happen. Spread out. Spread out. And if you don't have somebody watching your back, don't go. And pull these police officers off your brothers, off your sisters. Forget the rest of them people. They are fine. Because I'm watching to see how steep these penalties going to be for these two white women from the Catskills that set that damn police van on fire with police inside. I want to see how deep her punishment is going to go, because I bet you it's not going to go that deep. So you pull the police off of your brothers and sisters and y'all get the fuck out of there. And turn off your SIM, take your SIM card out your phones. Because take your SIM cards out your phones. You know, I had a friend tell me a story once that he had a friend that right after the friend left this particular party, the police contacted that friend and asked that friend, were they at, because there was a shooting or something that happened at the party, but the person had left before the incident happened. I don't even think they knew what had happened at this event, at this party. So the police contacted them afterwards and was like, were you there at such and such? And the person was like, what? Yeah? Were you there at such and such a time? No, I had left, like, whatever. And then they were like, well, how did you know? Like, I was even there. Like, how did you get my number? We pinged your phone. When the dust settles, when everything is clear, you think they're not going to come back for some of y'all? Take your SIM cards out your phones. You can still video. You can still shoot video and upload it later. Take the SIM cards out your phones. Pull these police off your brothers and sisters and forget these unmelanated people. Let them fend for themselves. Stop protecting them. Let them fend for themselves. They good in the system of white supremacy. It's you. That's not why you feel the need that you need to fight for them. I don't understand. And I seen video of them pushing us into the police so we can get it cracking, because once we fall into the police, ain't no forgiveness for that, for pushing a police officer. Ain't no whatchamacallit for that. So they sitting here marching with you, talking with you, yelling with you, and then pushing you into the police. Come on, man. Yo, the banana in the tailpipe, the banana in the tailpipe. And now they all want to sit here and say, I'm sorry. It's too little, too late. No, stop accepting apologies from these racists. They don't care about you. I saw the sheriff in, was it Flint? Hold on, let me add the sheriff in Flint said, oh, I took off my helmet. I took off my gun. I put my baton down. But did you clean the water? He's sitting here marching arm in arm with you, but when he goes home at night, he can take a shower. The water in Flint is still poisoned in a mug. They still got lead in the water, and y'all want to sit here and be cool with him. You know why? Because he feels like, I don't have to beat you. I don't have to do anything to you, because the water, all I have to do is offer you a glass of water. Hot or cold? How do you like your lead? I don't have to use my gun to pump lead into your body. The water does it for me. And y'all sitting here accepting his apology? No, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. This is like a bad relationship. The man just keeps beating you and bringing you flowers and candy, and then you let him beat you again. Black people, I keep comparing this to an abusive relationship. Picture that. That's what these white supremacists are. They are our boyfriends that keep whooping our ass and then saying sorry for it. And we keep apologizing and take the candies, and we just put a little makeup on our busted eye. Get a little ice for our busted lips. And keep on having sex with our offender, with our oppressor. Having babies with our oppressor. Asking for forgiveness for our oppressor because we burned the rice. Or because dinner was late and he whooped our ass. We apologizing because dinner was late. Okay, let's talk about what I am happy to see. I was happy to see Beverly Hills taller. That made me smile. I was like, yeah, take it to their neighborhoods. Take it to their neighborhoods. Take it to them. But then at the same time, like, they're going to get the insurance money. So, they find a way to win. These white supremacists will find a way to win. And we have to be just as smart. And we cannot be clouded by our hopes that they one day will see the error of their ways. They haven't in 400 years. What makes you think they're going to see it now? We're talking, if we sit here and we talk about the trauma, if we sit here and we talk about the trauma that we incur and how it's passed down from generation to generation and it's in our DNA, what do you think is in their DNA? Y'all sitting there bringing y'all kids out. Where all these pit bulls y'all got? That's what y'all need to be bringing. Where all these pit bulls that I gotta run from when I walk down the goddamn block? Because y'all know I'm terrified of dogs. Where are these pit bulls that y'all got trained? Y'all need protection. And I know the gun laws here are shitty. We can't do like other people do, stand with guns in front of our businesses and all this stuff. We can't do that. I know we can't. But y'all got dogs, don't y'all? Y'all niggas love dogs. Y'all always trying to tell me that the dog is nice and shit. Get y'all dog away from me. Why y'all not walking y'all dogs? Okay? We gotta think. Stop letting these democratic shields come in between us and real change. One of the things that Miss Diane Richardson did at the nail shop was she organized this fucking totally pointless march from the nail shop where things happen down to the nail shop that the other people supposedly owned. Straight down Nostrand Avenue at 6 o'clock at night. Why in the hell would we do anything at 6 o'clock at night? The store's about to close. By the time we got there, some other snitches had went in the store and basically alerted them to us coming. Some other snitches with melanin. And alerted them to, again, they're doing it again. Oh, Lord. Some other snitches alerted them, okay, you know what? Let's try it again. I'm going to get off and come back on, okay? Hi, West Coast Yana. Let me say hi to y'all, and then I'll finish talking about Diane Richardson. Hi, West Coast Yana. Hi, Shara. Hi, 817. Hi, Their Education. Hi, Mommy Tina. Hi, Katie Kid. Hi, Rim Diva. Hi, Rima the Diva. Hi, girl. You always in here. I really love you for that. Hi, Busy Brooklynite. Hi. Hi, Honoring the Ancestors. Hi, Sarai and 7. Trying to get everybody. Hi, Mind Not Blind. Hi, Katie Kid. Okay, I think that's everybody. Hi, Jaw Design. Hi, West Coast. I said that one already. Hi, Real Kidda. Let me go here. Hi, Mike. You know, that made me look around. Hi, Honoring the Ancestors. Let's see, I said hi to you. Hi, Jaw Design. Hi, Ty. Hi, Joe. Hi, Cold Cart. Hi, Trady. Hi, Conscious Brother. Hi, Queen. Hi, Chocolate Loving. Okay. Now, back to what I was saying. So at the nail shop, it was Diane Richardson who organized and basically took over because we had already closed down the nail shop. The nail shop had decided that they weren't going to open their doors again, right? So the nail shop was completely closed down. They weren't opening anymore. And so what they decided to do was they organized a march at 6 p.m. to go from the first nail shop that was on Nostrand to where the incident happened to another nail shop that was down the block. I was completely utterly against it because it made no sense to me. Why in the hell would we march down to the other nail shop at 6 o'clock at night? If we want to shut down the nail shop, we have to do it the way I did it, which was show up at 10 o'clock in the morning and make sure they didn't make no money all day. But they just sat there and made money all day, and now we're going to go down at 6 o'clock in the morning? They ready to leave. See, this is what Democrats do. This is what these black elected officials are here to do. They are here to divert your attention into some shit that makes no sense and really won't do shit. Okay? That is what they are here to do. So now they're organizing all of these things just to get you your ass pepper sprayed. Sitting here saying, and another thing, why are we chanting George Floyd's name? Why are we chanting these police officers' names? That they are murderers. What's their names? What's all their names? I don't even know because I'm sorry, my brain. Why are we chanting that these police officers are murderers? Such and such is a murder. Charge them with murder. Charge them with murder. Not George Floyd, not I Can't Breathe. Charge these sons of bitches with murder. That's what needs to be chanted. But see, the wrong people got the bullhorns. The wrong people got the bullhorns. Not justice for Floyd, the freaking death penalty for the cop. We don't need to be sitting here talking about justice for Floyd. Death penalty for that. Death penalty for Siobhan. 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 Not justice for Floyd. Because this is not just about him as an individual. This is about all the black people that this has happened to. All the cops that they had already let off. Now we have a chance to ask for something real. Stop asking for such a wide, broad term like justice. Because to the white supremacists, justice is happening. They think that it's just for us to be killed and slaughtered and nobody to serve penalties. That is just to a white supremacist. So you were asking for something and that they're giving you. You're not asking. Be specific. When I ask, you got to, let me tell you, Closed mouths don't get fed, and our mouths are open, but we ain't saying shit. Yes, start that hashtag. Not this blackout shit. Start that hashtag. Death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. But see, these Democrats ain't gonna say that. You know why? Because they are paid not to. They are paid. They depend on these white supremacists for their campaign funds, for their fucking offices and shit, to cover up the fucked up shit that they really doing. I thought I heard somebody knock on my window. They depend on these white supremacists to give them cover for the shit that they really doing, until the white supremacists decide they don't want to cover no more, like they did to Kwame Kilpatrick. Like they did to what was his name, Meeks or something like that. I can't remember his name, but not too long ago somebody else went to jail. It was a Brownsville politician. I can't remember his fucking name. Was it? I feel like it was Meeks. Until they feel like they don't want to cover for you no more, because and just as Professor Black Truth says, white supremacy always breaks their toys after using them. So you can't sit here and sell out and think that you're always going to work with it. You're always going to end up on top, because at some point in time, when the white supremacy finishes with you and sees that you have no meaning, that you have no clout, that you have no nothing for us, for that we don't trust you, and your talking means nothing to us, they will break you and send you to jail for the same shit that their politicians are doing. The black politicians aren't doing anything less than what the fucking white politicians are doing. But them white politicians ain't really going to jail, are they? Death penalty for Siobhan. Get out there and chant that. Not justice for Floyd. Not his name over and over. Not I can't breathe. To understand the metaphysical ramifications of what we're chanting here. There was an interview, and this has gone on way longer than I thought it would, but it needs to be said. There was an interview with Snoop one day, right? And I know, bear with me, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. There was an interview with Snoop. Snoop was talking, it was on the Breakfast Club, and Snoop was talking about how when he wrote the song Murder Was the Case, that he did not have an open murder case. He said, but he kept on going on the road. It was a really big song, and he kept singing it. And after he kept singing it, he ended up with an open murder case that he had to fight in court. That's why he does not sing that song to this day. And honestly, I feel that that's why he tried to do gospel music and try to do all different types of music now, because he realizes that the words that he sings brings a sort of energy to him. So when we're out here at these protests and we're saying I can't breathe, we're just bringing on more energy of I can't breathe. We need to be chanting and bringing on the energy of these white supremacists getting the death penalty. Bring on that energy. Bring on the energy of that. Bring on that. And then, and let me ask you a question. When you start chanting death penalty for Siobhan, when you start chanting that, I want you to look around and see how many of these unmelanated protesters are chanting it with you. Let's see if those unmelanated, that's how you're going to, that's a one good way that you're going to be able to tell the 900 from the 100. See if they chant that with you. Because as all these white people say, they're sitting here talking about justice for Floyd. They're talking about I can't breathe. And it's not fair. But ain't nobody talking about that these white cops should have any punishment. Have you noticed that? Is that making your melanin tingle? It's making mine. Nobody's talking about punishment. Just I can't breathe and justice for Floyd. Stop chanting that shit, please. See, they would never give somebody like me a bullhorn. Nor would they allow anybody to follow me anywhere. And let's go back to talking about this nail shop. So we diverted all the energy, and by the time we got there, the Asian people, the Chinese people was closing up. They had their purses on their shoulders and stuff like that. They was getting ready to leave. So Miss Diane Richardson had us do something that made no fucking sense. that didn't amount to a hill of beans and nothing. And there were other people out there, and I'm not going to call your name, but you know who you are, and I know who you are. You may have other people fooled, but I know who you are. There was one person that came up to me after the black politicians told us what exactly we had to do, and we did it. They told us that we only needed a certain amount of signatures, and that's what was going to close the nail shop. I told you that nail shop was like a fucking mini. It was like a huge lesson and a mini one for me. The ancestors had me there for a reason, and they had me see certain things about protests. It was like a crash course. Now, so after the black politicians told us that all we needed was a certain amount of signatures to get the nail shop, and we got those signatures, the nail shop closed for about 3 months. And then after the election, it opened right back up. It opened right back up. Yeah, y'all showed out, because I remember they told us we needed 3,000 signatures, and I alone online got 9,000. That's not to include what my aunties, I call them my aunties, the ladies, my West Indian aunties that was at the nail shop with me. That's not to count what they got. That's not to count about what they got, because they got thousands on their own physically with pen and paper. I got 9,000, and they got like at least 3,000 apiece, and I had like 2 aunties out there with pen and paper and just sitting out in front of it. Okay? So after they diverted all of our attention to some shit that didn't make no sense. Oh wait, I forgot about that. Let me go back to that. After they diverted our attention to some shit that didn't make no sense with that march down there at 6 o'clock, and they had their purses on and they left, then they sent the agent provocateurs to pick a fight with the very man who sent me help. They literally picked a fight with the one guy. When I was out there by myself, he walked up to me and he was like, yo, he knows who he is. I can't remember his IG name. But he walked up to me. He was like, I know what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? I said that nothing was going to happen. And he was like, and I was like, well, you know, he said, I knew nobody was going to do anything about it. And I was like, well, my name is Nobody. I'm just a nobody. And I'm here to do something about it. I'm just a nobody. I didn't have no followers. I didn't know no people. I never volunteered for no Democratic bullshit. Well, there's a couple of people that I volunteered for because they were my friend. So I'm not, but I'm not a part of the Democratic machine. I am a nobody. I have a regular job. I have a studio apartment. I got a bullshit car. I am a nobody. Nobody pays me under the table. I work for my daily bread. I am a nobody. And I am here to do something about this. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to call my mother. And his mother worked for the community board, or she volunteered or something like that. His mother, she's one of the aunties I'm talking about. And then she brought more aunties. And he brought the hood out. Because I told him, I said, you know what, we need more men out here. Because I said, because I don't like how this Chinese man is looking at me. He looking at me like he want to do me bodily harm. And I would feel way more comfortable if I had some more dudes around. Now, that's the thing. Then now the hood don't want to be on camera. And I always respected my hood niggas for coming out for me. But they didn't want to be on camera. So I respected them by not taking their pictures and not putting them on cameras and not saying their names. I will always respect my brothers. But my brothers came out to protect me and to make sure that I was okay and to make sure that I did not feel intimidated while I was able to do what I was able to do. There were men behind me because of this one man. So the very one man that was there for me and looked out for me, that's the man that they picked a fucking fight with because he knew the hood. He helped a nobody. So these agent provocateurs, they knew exactly what they were doing. And you know what the headline was the next day? That there was a fight down at the second protest. Down at this stupid march that Diane Richardson put together. She only was out there for a campaign push. because the election was coming up. She needed that. And while all these black politicians, Jumaane Williams, Eric Adams, what's that, the moist nigga with the fucking milk on his face and the t-shirt that's too tight, I can't remember. All of these people didn't say shit, okay? Don't forget. All of these people were fucking silent. And Diane Richardson was the only one that said anything, but she showed up and diverted attention. She was the shield sent out there to pretend like she gave a fuck. So don't be fooled when you sit here and look at these people that are at these protests talking about, I got maced. These people got maced on purpose. So they can have a sound bite. Because don't forget the election is still coming up. We still have an election coming up, like what, in the next week? This week? I don't know, because I don't give a fuck because I ain't voting. I don't know when the fucking election is. But I know it's coming up in the next 2 weeks. It's coming up soon. So don't forget, they using this for fucking campaign. They want to win again. That's why they out there. Like I said, look at the video. It's on her fucking feed, on Diane Richardson's feed. Look at her video. She said, I'm not even out here for this. I'm out here to keep the peace. To make sure that this is peaceful. She said it. Freudian slip of the tongue. She said it. See, I be listening. You can't fool me. I be listening. So they did all that to divert attention. To divert the steam. Now back to that person I was talking about, and you know who you are. This person came up to me. I'm not even going to tell you their gender. I'm not going to tell you their gender because you know what? I don't have no proof, but I'm going to tell you what they did. And you tell me what you think about that. Let me tell you what my melanin felt. So we sitting there after they opened back up the nail shop, and we out there to close it down again, which we did. It's still closed right now. I already met the black guy who's moving in there. He's going to open a bakery. I met him. I went inside. I cried, all that. But I didn't put it on camera because he didn't want it on camera. See, I don't film everything. But I go back there regularly. It gives me a sense of pride that I did something. So I go back there regularly. Plus, that's my old hood. I live in Queens now, but that's my old hood. So I walk past there regularly. I drive past there regularly. And I have spoken to the new business owners that are moving into that location. And it's a black man. And it's not open yet. He's remodeling right now. But he let me go inside while they were remodeling and just take a peek and just feel the energy and just love. I just felt like me and the ancestors just had a moment while I was in there. You understand what I'm saying? Me, him, and the ancestors. You know, it was very spiritual for me to go back there. So he allowed me to go, but it's not open yet. He's still remodeling, and I'm sure Corona has slowed him down quite a bit. But yeah, it's closed. Okay, no more nail shop in that location. Okay, now I don't know where they moved to, but no more nail shop in that location. So there was, after they had opened it back up, and then we went back out there and closed it down. But while we were out there, there was somebody who kept asking, why don't we march down to the police station? And I was like, why would we march down to the police station? I was like, can the police close the nail shop? Just like straight like that. I'm a very logical person. You cannot hit me with no bullshit. I'm going to ask you straight up questions. I said, can the police close the nail shop? What does the police have to do with this particular situation? This is between us and these Chinese people at this nail shop. Is the police going to close the nail shop? And the person just started looking at their phone and didn't say nothing. And then that's when I got into it with some of the other protesters that were doing shit that was counterproductive to what we needed to do. If we wanted to close the nail shop, all we had to do, because this wasn't a situation where we needed to do a whole lot of anything. All we had to do was remind people not to go in there. That's all we had to do. Because the neighborhood was with us because of the way I started it. The neighborhood was with us. All we had to do was remind them, All we have to do is stand there, sit there, and be, don't go in there, girl. Don't go in there, girl. And the few that went in there still wasn't enough money to pay the bills. It wasn't enough. If they did 1 set of nails, 2 set of nails, 3 set of nails, that's not enough to cover the rent. That's not enough to cover the electricity. So I just let those people go in there. Why you so mad? Let them go. Let those slaves go to massa. Let them go. I'm not going to fight them. I'm not here to fight them. It's still not enough. I knew that we had the majority of the people. We don't need all the people. We don't need all the people. We had enough people behind us that they couldn't pay their rent. 3 months. They were making $700. In 3 months, they lost $750,000. Do you understand, ladies and gentlemen, that in 1 year, that's $3 million? They were making $3 million on Nostrand Avenue. $3 million a year in that place. How much these black businesses around here making? I guarantee it ain't $3 million. They making $3 million in the hood. So don't be diverting my attention to go down to the police station when this don't have nothing to do with the police in this particular situation. That nail shop thing, but they were trying to divert us to something that would have to shut us down. If we started marching to the police station, that would have shut us down at the nail shop. I am very focused. I was very focused on the nail shop. 2 things I was focused on: getting that girl's charges dropped, and I'm not going to mention her name because she's living her life and she don't deserve for it to have to be forever synonymous with that situation. But I know her. Me and her are friends on Facebook, and we cool. Her eyebrows grew back, hallelujah. She's still out here in the hood looking cute, living her life. I wanted her charges dropped, and I wanted that nail shop closed. I knew that those Chinese people was going to get off because they're paying these politicians. The same black people that's out here marching right now. Them Chinese people paid them so that they didn't have to face no charges. So when these Democrats, these black politicians from Brooklyn are out here marching with you, they are diverting your attention. They getting you surrounded by police because they got you standing in one spot with a bullhorn, chanting, dancing, doing the Cupid shuffle. You keep moving. You keep moving like y'all was doing on Saturday. Move from one spot to the next spot. Y'all was downtown Brooklyn. Next thing y'all know, y'all was on the FDR. Next thing y'all know, y'all was on the Brooklyn Bridge. Then y'all was on the FDR. Then keep it moving. Keep it moving. And stop chanting justice for Floyd and start chanting death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. Charges to the other officers. Charges to the other officers. Charges to the other officers. Attempted murder charges on the murder charges on the accomplice to murder on the other officers. Okay, charges need to be brought up on the EMT workers that didn't do any life-saving measures on our brother. Charges need to be brought up on the EMT because they don't need to keep their job. They don't need to be free out here to do that to somebody else. I think I have said enough. Death penalty for Siobhan. 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 Everybody involved need to go to jail. Everybody involved need to go to jail. Everybody involved need to go to jail. Death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. Death penalty for Siobhan. And stop bringing your kids and bring your dogs. You see these white folks in Philly, they coming out with bats. Bring any of y'all play baseball. Stop coming out with your kids and bring your bats. Start bringing your kids and bring your dogs. Death penalty for Siobhan. 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 Death penalty for Siobhan.